Hey, we're the Rest Day Group. I'm Blake.
I'm Zara.
I'm David.
I'm Khaled.
And I'm Mike.
So to take a step back, our project is for people who are very sensitive to sound, resting patients and people with special needs. But these people especially cannot express every time that they're, having discomfort because of these stressors or noises or things like that. So the Rest Day is our solution to this, and it'll be affordable, easy to use, on your phone, snazzy, and be really nice. All right, so talking about our research is Zara.
All right, so this semester we compiled quite a bit of research on aggravating stimuli such as noise and light. We also looked into the research that's gone into the diseases like autism and how people with those conditions react to such aggravating stimuli. And my hope is to compile this data into a thesis by the end of winter break, so that way we may use our data to calibrate the sensors of our device.
Okay. And our product first started off as a competition against a certain alarm that we call it the Yakka tracker that utilizes noise to tell people that it's too noisy. So we thought that was there's an obvious problem there, and so we wanted to create a new device that can notify them without the need for the alarm or noise. And we plan on incorporating certain threshold values so that when the device detects too much, like a too high of decibel range, it will send a signal. All right, and Khaled, can you talk about the Raspberry Pi?
Yeah, so we thought about going with the Raspberry Pi as it gives a lot of support for our project. Until last week, the Raspberry Pi came up with a new microcontroller, which is the Raspberry Pi Zero. Yes, it's this small and it's for $5. Yet it's not out there, and if it's out there, it's really expensive. So until next semester, we'll be watching it. If it gets cheaper, like if it holds the MSRP of $5, I think it's a good bang for the buck. So this is for the design, and I think we have a list of we already have a list of the parts that we're going to need, and we're ready to purchase those. And by now I think we're actually ready to go ahead and design this project with all the research that Zara did and the app development of Blake. So yeah, what are your thoughts, Professor?
I think it's actually a very innovative project that stems out of a clinical setting, but the clinical setting doesn't have the tools that would be nice to use, like only visual stimuli instead of just audible stimuli. And I was also thinking of looking at the research papers that Zara mentioned and looking at threshold values, audio threshold values. So it's probably not just the noise level, but also an alarm. A phone alarm can be way more annoying than just baseline noise, like street noise. But that also depends on what condition you're suffering from. So you can be way more sensitive to noise if you are suffering from autism, for example. One thing the group thought of, having a personalized sensor device that interacts with the rest egg to give other people visual cues that we need to change our behavior to not impact particular persons. So I like their idea, and I think it's going to be a successful project.
All right, well, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next semester.
Yeah.